Welcome everyone to Democracy 3, the wonderful world and semi-simulation of a political running of a country. I've never played a democracy game before. This is my first one. And I've played probably, 7 hours or so. And I beat the first 3 of these. It's really easy. At least if you just do the normal run-of-the-mill. So we're going to play United States. And I'll show you what I did with these 3. It's going to be a little different because it turns out the United Kingdoms, France, and Germany aren't real big into capitalism. The United States is, I guess. And this is fine. 4 years, 2 terms. That's all you really need. I'm not going to mess with anything else, at least not this first time. And Liberal Party versus the Jehovah Party. Alright, great. Not going to touch anything. All defaults. Which is pretty much how I've been playing it so far. And if it doesn't get any harder, the game itself. This is taking a really long time to load. Then I'll probably pump up the difficulty. Either on camera or off. But I like the game. But if the first 3, yeah, you start off with a fairly decent GDP. You don't have to increase your education very much. Okay. I won my first election. There's almost 320 million citizens, which is much bigger than anyone else had. We need to worry about health. We need to get this GDP up, because we get the GDP up, we get the unemployment down. These 2 are tied. I don't think that I don't know if these 2 and these 2 are tied to each other, but I know that these 2 and these 2. I know that GDP and unemployment are tied almost directly. You increase your GDP, your unemployment will drop. That's just what happens. And as the GDP goes up, your health goes down. And education, and I guess as your poverty goes up, your education goes down. Hey, you know, the only one of these statistics that really, truly matters is GDP. And I will explain it just a little bit more. This looks complicated. It's really not. It's fairly easy, fairly straightforward. Now, GDP. We'll go to this. And the things that are hurting it are skills shortage, which we can fix easily. And it looks like unemployment isn't too terribly bad. But if we increase or decrease unemployment, we can always fix that. Apparently military spending has a negative effect on that. That's not the case in any other thing. I've never played the United States. I never succeeded at playing the United States. This would probably be the first time. 3 billion or 3 trillion on debt is fairly generous. Let me just say. Put a 1 in front of that, then yeah, you have our surplus. This must be according to whenever Bush Jr. went into office, because when Mr. Bill Clinton, Mr. William Clinton, when he left office, we had a surplus. I don't know how much it was. Maybe this is how much. It's not very much compared to anywhere else. So, and unfortunately, the way I play this game is, wow, this place sucks. I didn't realize that United States, you start off in such a shitty position. Now, what I normally would do is I would check these. It's only 53% socialist, which compared to everywhere else, this is fairly low. And most of our ministers are socialists also. Capitalist is about 50%, 46%. Alright. We want to try to keep them happy. Retired, not enough to really matter. They also don't spend very much, so trade unionists, no one cares about them. Patriots, of course. You got to keep patriots. You always want to keep patriots, liberals, and conservatives happy, and ethnic minorities, because those four I know for sure will try to assassinate you. At least I'm pretty confident. I know these guys will. I know liberals, ethnic minorities, and patriots will try. I'm not 100% sure on conservatives, to be fair, because I've never I've never seen them unhappy. Okay, to get our GDP up, we need to get our unemployment down, and we also need to make our environment better. There's no real easy way to check all that. I do know that we have an asthma epidemic, which really, honest and truly, you will, if you have a asthma epidemic seems to be the most common thing I run into in this game, bar none. You have a high GDP, this is the first thing that'll pop up. Remember, the better your GDP, the worse your health gets. So you want to work on your health first, so you can work on your GDP. But I also need to increase my stuttering. I can't even think. School vouchers, that's fine. There's no there's no reason not to increase this stuff. But another thing with the United States is they're so expensive to do anything. So, let's see. Let's think about this. I'm probably going to lose this first game because I'm going to play it just like I played the others. The only difference is, this starts off with private schooling. I'm more used to just cranking up public schools. How's our education? The state schools, I'm just so used to just cranking that to the max. That really appeals to socialites. Yeah. But we're only 53% socialists. Socialists like tax. They like public. They like state-run things, and they also like welfare. So if you are a socialist community, you want. Wait, I know. Oh, we don't have it. Okay. Well, then that will be the first thing I'm going to try to do. Tax shelters. It doesn't really make sense initially because it's so expensive, and socialists hate it, and and it ruins equality. But it raises your GDP and your technical advantage. Raise your technical advantage will also raise your GDP in an indirect way. You want high earnings and capitalists, especially if you're in the United States. And socialists don't like it, and the equality goes down, but we can fix that later on. It also costs $10 billion, but you know what? United States is known for its spending. So let's be United States and spend the shit out of everything we have. I don't think we're going to get out of debt by the end of the 2 terms, but I'm going to really try. State schools. Oh, I can't raise it. How much would it cost to raise? Oh my god, it's so much! Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm not used to this. I should have started with France. That way I will show you exactly how I run things. Which seems to be the complete opposite of what the United States is. I don't have to worry about this, but I'm not going to lower it, even though it costs $1 bajillion to raise, or to keep raised, because it lowers our unemployment, believe it or not. Also, foreign aid is low. I do want to raise that because that increases foreign relations, which increases trade. At least I think it does. I would assume it would. That raises our GDP. I don't like raising taxes. Small business grants are okay. Below our crime, we need to increase our skills shortage, or we need to get rid of this skill shortage. That is a problem. Which means we need to raise education. And our GDP, I think, is low. Let's see. The charts. The global economy is going down a little bit. We got reserves. I guess, oh, maybe not. Relative GDP, we need to raise that. It's different from what I'm used to. But we are a capitalist. What's our... See, that's not at all what the actual beginning part says. And I don't really worry about religion all that much, anyways. We need to raise our funding, our school funding. Which means... state schools, is there anything else besides that? There's not really a thing to increase private schools. But all education increases GDP to some degree. Can't raise that, but you can't really raise either one of these. I guess this counts towards that. Yeah, that increases private schools like crazy. Reduces socialism. That doesn't really do what it needed to do, though. We don't want to get rid of it. It wouldn't do us any good. Let's see, how about... I can't really do anything this turn. I only got 13. Is there any other things that we want to do? See, we don't want import tariffs, because that... Although the income is really... man, I really like national service. But it might not be... It might not be worth it here. Recycling's okay. It reduces environments, which would help with our asthma. Or it increases our environments, which reduces the asthma thing. Makes the air healthier. I don't think I've ever done this before. I really don't want to do it now because 120 billion. Maternity leave is not good because it lowers your productivity. It increases your standing with parents, but it lowers your productivity. Your productivity goes down too low, then you get an unproductive society, and that reduces your GDP. The name of the game is increasing your GDP. So I don't like looking at taxes unless it's just like tax breaks. I'm surprised this place doesn't have an alcohol tax, because I always have an alcohol tax, it seems. I don't think I've ever implemented a flat income tax. But Jesus Christ, it could just... Even on the lowest setting, it was just so much money. We're working on... I like free eye tests. Free eye tests are good. Free meals are good too. Which one is cheap? Oh man, so much money is... Everything is so much more expensive here than it is everywhere else. So I guess I just have to look at it. And youth club subsidies is not... It's not going to be useful for what I'm going to use it for. It's good for health. University grants, public libraries. I really like the National Monorail because it's nothing but positive. It takes a really long time to build though. And it's, as you can see, it's fairly expensive. It takes 16 quarters, which is a term. It takes a term in office to build. I think, yeah. So you would have to get this early, but it's 14 and it's expensive. So. What we need to worry about is education, and I think everything that this is good. Adult education subsidies. There you go. Let's implement that. It lowers skill shortage. And it increases education and productivity. We want productivity. Productivity is good. It's not super expensive compared to everything else. Let's do next turn and see how much we're in the hole. And let's see how much the socialists hate us. I can't tell if doesn't look like anything changed. Good news, the economy is doing well. We are triple B. I didn't realize that. Our popularity went up. Debt protection law. This is pretty much saying that almost every other time I always do a limit agency activity, which is it prevents yeah, you can read it. You just read it. But since we're a capitalist nation, we're gonna do this. We want to appeal to the capitalists. The poor don't like it, but you know what? Don't borrow money if you can't repay it. That's all there is to it. We should have looked at our cabinet earlier. Looks like our cabinet's fine. Maximum 52. Yeah. The most I've seen was at a maximum of like 68. I think the total max you can have is 70, maybe. But 52 is enough to get anything that you want. So this is doing fine. They like motors. I fucking hate motors because motors are bad for the environment, as it turns out. And you need to increase your environment to reduce your health problems because you want a high GDP. And if you have too high of a GDP, your health problems just fucking plummet or skyrocket, I should say. It's the opposite. This guy, he's a commuter and a socialist. We can get him on our side because we're gonna have our commuters are going to be very happy with us at the end of the day. Commuter, liberal, we could probably get both of those also. So I don't really like messing with them because they're usually socialists and like. But the capitalists and the wealthy really love us. The wealthy though, it's always 22.4%. Every single game I've played, it's 22.4%. So they're high spenders, so they're good for the economy. I guess technically, I don't know if that's actually even their income went up. I don't know if that actually affects GDP at all, or how much money you get coming in. I like to think it does. We do have a small deficiency, which is, considering how much money we pumped into it so far. We got 27. Technical college, we will worry about in a second. Adult education is increasing stuff and decreasing stuff. I'm also, where is this? State schools. Guess what? I'm pumping that all the way up because there's no reason not to. The only downside it has is to private schools, but you know what? We need the education. Socialists like it. The poor like it. It reduces poverty. It increases state employees, and I almost always end up with 100% of my population being state employees. Because you know what? I guess that's a socialist state. I guess that counts, right? If everyone works for you, I don't know what that would be. It's not a dictatorship. Is it a fascist state? Is that what it is? I don't know. Citizen test, that's not severe. Just lower racial tensions? Yeah. So that's not bad. But it lowers immigration too. We want immigration. We like immigration. We want people to come in. Because more people come in, I think health risks go up. But at the same time, the more people spend more money. As long as your GDP is good. Oh yeah, there's never a reason to not do jury trial because it increases your liberals. I mean, the money, sure, but if liberals like you, then, and liberals already hate us, but they'll come around. What's our alcohol law? I always do minimum age of 21 because it's not too severe and it lowers alcohol consumption a great deal. Anything higher than that, then you have the liberals not enjoying us. And I'm pretty sure liberals will try to kill you. I'm pretty sure that's a thing. And we don't want that. We don't want liberals to try to kill us. But I'm not worried about... I shouldn't even be worrying about this right now. What I should be worrying about is... I shouldn't even be worrying about these. Just forget all of these. Except for this one. This is the only one we should worry about. Because this increases this, which increases this. And then eventually, we don't have to... Oh yeah, we do have the space station. This is good too. Because it increases your technological advantage. Even though it's expensive. Because that increases by 20 billion. But it also increases our patriots, reduces unemployment, increases state employees, increases technology. Religious people don't like it, but you know what? Fuck the religious people. They don't spend a lot of money. I don't even care about the religious people. They like the abortion law, but that's fine. Keep it. Pretty sure the abortion law is at a point where the religious and the liberals like it. So, it's a benefit. If you change it, then one will like it more than the other, and it's not worth it. See, we got one, so we can't really do anything. So, next turn. We're buying boats. We're inventing to the internets. We're enjoying a lot of this hospitality. Unemployment went down. That's always good. Nothing else is really changing a whole lot, but unemployment going down is still good, because more people with more money means more jobs. That's more people with money means more people spend money. Freedom of Information Act. If we reject a proposal, it's bad for businesses. But we also want to make sure our tariffs are kept in check. And serious crimes, because organized crime is a pain in the dick to get rid of, because even when you're at a crime-free utopia, you still technically have crime, and you gotta just start pumping out, kind of like the United States did after 9/11. That they were kind of too ambitious about it, but we're gonna do that because at some point, as our GDP rises. As our GDP rises. We're getting a profit though. Yeah, we got income. Only 20 billion. Still something. Our debt is pretty high, but it's okay. We'll eventually get rid of it. And this is going down. If we get rid of the skill shortage, then that will increase our GDP. And I think it will also increase our education. I don't know. I don't remember exactly. Socialists are really unhappy with us. I forgot what we did to piss them off. Oh yeah, tax shelters. Yeah. Low equality, the debt protection law. But the capitalists are okay with us. If we can get both socialists and capitalists on our side, which shouldn't be difficult, then we should be okay. Middle income, they should, doesn't matter if they were 100% middle income. Worry about everything else, because they're so hard to please because of income tax law. And you want income tax. Income tax is the bulk of your income. Look at that. Doesn't matter what country. Income tax is always the bulk of your income. Unless you're doing something weird where it's like an anarchy, libertarian, hoobly jubilee, then you want income tax, because that's where all your money's going to be coming in. Which is why unemployment going down is good, because more people contribute to the income tax. Is there tasers? That's handgun laws. No machine guns. We could probably raise that. We can't right now, but I usually have license required. Which reduces liberal... No, does it reduce? Oh, yeah. Well, we can't do it anyways because it's 40, and we have other more important things to spend money on. So look at our education. It's going up. State schools, adult subsidies, and technology colleges. I think socialists hate technology colleges. And it's already high, so let's increase it more. Yeah, socialists don't like it. But increase our education and technology, so let's go for it. We got 20 points left, so let's go to economy. No. Public services. University grants. This is nothing but good. There's never a reason to not do this, except for cost, but in the end, it's still worth it. Because cost is... I don't know, it's... The game kind of doesn't make a lot of sense. Except in the understanding that you have to spend money to make money. And eventually, we're going to have a giant surplus. And until... We're going to have a giant surplus until the GDP, or until the global GDP just fucking plummets. And no one can do anything good. Is this tourism? Yeah, tourism's pretty good. I like tourism. But we would still have a surplus. I don't think we get out of debt, because that's a lot of debt to get out of. But it depends on how much we make. Because the money is inflated when it comes to United States. And yeah, asthma just it's just never gonna work. Subsidized school buses are good. I don't know if I want to spend on that though. Well, I have 7 left, so. What is this? Oh, yeah. Well, this is good too. It's never not good. Because farmers like it, and environmentalists like it. Motors like it too, sure. And it reduces oil demand. And there are cases where oil demands, there's random events that will happen where oil demand or oil supply will just plummet. But if you build your place where you lower that to as much as you can, it's a minimal impact on you. I don't think I've ever looked at this. It doesn't matter. What's this? Drug addiction. That's outlawed. I've never seen this slider anything other than outlawed. So I can't really do anything. I got 0. So we'll do next turn. That's what we'll do. Education's going up. That's good. Oh no! The unions like it. But I'd never worry about that. Hey, the economy's doing well. My approval ratings went up, and now they're going back down. But that's okay. I am confident that this will eventually fix itself. As long as I keep increasing, as long as I get unemployment to go down. Really. Really and truly. What kind of taxes are we looking at? Anything that's not really worth it? Oh, we got a $55 billion deficit. Okay. Oh yeah, hybrid car initiative. That's good. That's good for the environment. We'll do that. Let's see. Welfare. No. I'm never going to do maternity leave. Agricultural subsidies. It's either that one or it's organic farming subsidies, which will increase your obesity rate, which the United States does not need to worry about. We need to just make sure that never happens. Work safety law is kind of a mixed thing. I don't really need it right now. So, robotics, for some reason, increases unemployment. I don't know why. Clean energy subsidy is pretty good, but capitalists don't like it. Never get luxury tax, even though your potential income can be pretty good, but it'll cause rich people to move out, and you want rich people because if they move out, then it does something. It gives you a negative thing. I don't remember exactly what it did, but I think it was bad. So let's just assume it's the worst thing ever and not do it. Health tax credits. We don't want to do that. I'll kind of probably eventually turn this place into a social state. We want free meals for kids. Because again, it increases health. It doesn't do anything bad. It's just costs money, and we're not worried about spending money. The last thing we're worried about is spending money. And like I said, I might lose because when our education and our health, it's 18 and we don't have 18. We got 10. Is there anything else we can buy for 10 that's worth picking up? We'll pick this up. Commuters like it, parents like it, trade unions like it, and that just went down. Commuter membership and car usage does go down though. Police. Let's raise that. It reduces our antisocial behavior, which I don't even know what that's doing, because I've never had it. I've never seen it before. It reduces tourism, reduces conservatives, increases crime, it increases alcohol consumption. It's not really that big a deal, and it's not going to go down anytime soon because that bar is not going to go down just from that for one police force thing. What is this? Legal aid. Yeah, I will increase that because again, that's no reason not to. We'll do next turn.